Yes, welcome to my channel. This is the Trail. So today let's talk about what might happen in next year's election, as we have to make predictions here and there because this is what might happen. In Kenya here we don't depend on votes, okay, to know who will actually win the election. Leadership is not given; it is taken. Leadership is not given; it is taken. These are just the words mostly uttered by many Kenyans, and they know this very well. Leadership is not something that people decides that you are now going to lead and you lead. It is not possible. And sometimes when you are told that don't follow a group, okay, don't follow massive people, do your things alone. This is what happens in a society. Not even if most of you don't want somebody, sometimes the system might want that person there. Okay. And no matter how many you are, sometimes you cannot defeat the system. Let me give you an example. We live here in Kenya or even in many African countries to cheer and praise democratic leadership and say that is one of the best. But it's a lie sometimes. It's a lie. It's not true. Democratic leadership is also as fake as possible. It is one of the most stupid idea of leadership that most people don't want to talk about it. But with no fear of contradiction, I want to tell you that democratic leadership or capitalism in any country is one of the most foolish kind of leadership you can ever have. Either you like it or not, I don't care. But I just want to tell you the truth of the matter. This is my view. You have your own view. Okay, you can air out your view here on my channel. But I want to tell you that this is one of the most foolish ideas you can have. I remember, for those of you who read the Bible, you know very well that during the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, it came to a point when people wanted Jesus to be crucified, and they were very many. Okay, this is just one of the decisions that were made by many people, and the decision was very bad. Imagine, until it came to a point when the king of that area, that kingdom, said that I am going to wash my hands against this idea. I don't see any problem with this man. He said that he doesn't see any problem with Jesus Christ. And he said that he doesn't see any point of crucifying Jesus Christ. But people insisted. People forced him. He washed his hands and said, "It is your decision." And people crucified Jesus Christ. People, not even, don't talk about here about someone like Judas Iscariot who actually went and betrayed Jesus. Uh, that one was just because of lack. It showed what you can be when you don't have like wealth in this world. Many people behave like Judas and they are here talking about shit. They actually behave like Judas Iscariot because Judas, in fact, Judas Iscariot was one of the best thing that ever happened in that Bible, because look at it in this point. Judas Iscariot had been with Jesus very closely, and he knew that no one can touch Jesus Christ. So he knew, even if I go forward and tell those people who Jesus is, and when they give me that 30 cents, at that time people don't say this, but at that time that was a lot of money. It was a lot of money. Don't just assume that 30 cents was as little money as you think. It was like a billion shillings now. But Judas knew that if Jesus has raised dead people, Jesus is a son of God. Nothing can happen to him. I will take that money, I'll show them this is Jesus, and they will do nothing. So he did so. But what came out, he never believed until he returned that money. That one was just a person who was trying his luck. But the people who decided that Jesus must be crucified and shouted in harmony were the largest group. Even it came a point. Let me give you another short example. It was a time Jesus was, I think Jesus was just somewhere chilling. Then some few men came holding a woman and said that this woman is doing some a shower, eh? And according to the rules, we should stone her to death. Hmm? And Jesus knelt down, wrote to the soil, and said that whoever think that he has not seen at all, eh? Let him start. And all those motherfuckers went away. Let me tell you, sometimes you will not be informed very well, but the truth is that most of the time decisions of very many people are wrong. Another example, just I have been giving you examples of many years ago, depending on the stories of the Bible. Let me give you now the reality on the ground, just a few years when I was a child. In 2007, when elections were being done or carried out, very many people were very angry about Moi Kibaki. They voted him out. True or false? Kibaki, whom all of you say that he was a very good leader in Kenya, is one of the best leaders in Kenya. He refused to get out of power because he knew that very many people have taken a wrong choice. True or false? The same thing is going to happen very soon. It's going to happen. Most of the time, many people, very many people tend to choose the wrong decision, tend to make a wrong decision. And if I can tell you something for free, these European countries, Asian countries, and even the American states there, those people don't follow massive votes. They follow the delegate votes and look at their leadership. Like even the Chinese. Have you ever heard about elections or politics in China? No. Those people take one person to rule as a king, and the king will always come from that family. No democracy, but they tell you that democracy is good. Look at America. They fool you by saying that they are doing election. Hmm? But people, after people voting, they have to choose some few people, around 200 or 300 or even 150 people. They are called, I think, delegate votes. Those people vote to determine the president, not the people of that country. Specific people choose the president of that country. After election, there is no politics anymore. Hmm. They work for another 4 years. Look at us in Kenya here. Politics every day, criticizing. Like now, the president, instead of working at this time, he's campaigning, using a lot of money every day. You can imagine president moving in this country from one place to another. In one day, he spends around even 20 million Kenyan money. Money that can even construct a Maram road in the rural areas, even 10 to 20 kilometers. Imagine every day that money is being lost. Then you want to tell me that democratic leadership or even capitalism is good? No, we have to come to our senses and say the things as they are. Okay, let's say the truth. There's no need to fear. I don't want to. I am not instilling fear to anyone, but I'm just saying the truth. Many people pretend to be saying, "Look at these media houses. They want to pretend every now and then, act as if they know everything." Hmm? Act as if they are the one who know the rights of the people more than even others. We know our rights, we know the rights, how rights should be done, but you cannot come here to inform us that now because people are killed in Mandamano, the government is very, very bad and the president is the one killing people. Imagine our police in the streets. As we know how demonstrations are being carried out in Kenya most of the time, people just come in the streets in town and they start making noise, they burn tires, they start to loot the shops. What will you do when you are a policeman in that chaos? You are the squad of policemen trying to calm things down. What will you do? And then when now they throw the tear gas to the people, the news News reporters are there saying that now the police has disrupted a very peaceful mandamano. Which peaceful mandamano are you saying? Which peaceful mandamano? The peaceful mandamano that we know is the ones that being carried out by the doctors, teachers, and some specific specialist people who are either crying for increment in their salary or any other thing. We all know that when you are a leader in Kenya here, like Ruto now, he is one of the people who doesn't come from a wealthy family. How do you expect him not to steal or not to gather wealth in his leadership?